Hi, my name is Noel Davis with World Composting, and today we're going to do an update on our trash can system. So it's been 31 days since our last update. I think we added quite a bit of food last time, and like normal, I almost always add quite a bit of food to these systems, and we're going to add another 5 pounds, 14 ounces of food, and we're going to do another update on this system. Now, I have mentioned stopping this system, and I think that this is the hardest system for me to use because the harvesting is hard. It just doesn't fit as well as the other systems into my flow, and I have to roll it out and everything. So I probably will stop this, but I don't know when. It probably won't be until the summer, maybe just before fall or something, as I'm trying to put down some more castings in the yard to prepare for the winter, but it's not going to be in the next 3 days or anything like that. So we do have some time on this system. I'm going to continue to add food. Maybe when it builds up a little bit higher, maybe then at that point we'll call it quits, as I'm going to have to probably dump it to empty it since I couldn't harvest from the bottom when I've tried. So with that, let's take a look at the system, see how it's doing, and add some more food. All right, here's our trash can system. Our last date was 2/8. Today is the March 11th. So as I said, 31 days. Let's just go ahead and take this lid off and take a look. First off, no moisture on the top. Very dry, but it looks like the paper is nice and damp, which is a good sign. I don't see any worms on top here, although I know that they do slink down. Actually, I do see one over here on this corner. Let's just move this down a little bit here and zoom you in. It's a little hard to check the way the system looks when I'm for the camera. All right, let's just start tearing away some of this paper. And you can already see some of the worms have come up into the paper here. So you can see that they're coming up in the paper. They look very, very healthy, these worms. They look really good. This system is, it really does work very well. It's just that the only reason why I've even looked to stop it is because of the fact that it just isn't convenient to harvest it. It's weird, actually. Look, there's a whole bunch of cardboard over here that looks like it's not really eaten through, but it's starting to break down and kind of mold over a little bit. I'm not seeing any food, though, which isn't surprising. Been quite a while. Let's just hold on right here. There we go. Look at that. So there's some coffee grounds in there. It looks like, I think those are potworms. It's hard for me to tell. I don't have as good vision as I used to, but it looks like those are just some white worms, white potworms that are inside. These are coffee grounds, I'm sure, and that's probably why they're in there. They don't have any pinkish color to me, so I want to say that those are potworms, but as you can tell, the worms are starting to really, oh my gosh, almost a worm ball there. They're really starting to work at this. These coffee grounds are here as they look for food. And you can see, really, look at all the worms right in this little pile there. They're really going to town here. So, and it looks like there was also an apple seed in there, so there's some apples. But look at that. You can see they really, really are going after this last bit of food that's probably in here, and those coffee grounds are some of the last stuff to break down. So let's just go ahead and slowly peel back this paper. I got something in here. Oh, that's just a piece of this material that's very firm. Look at that. This is a piece of material that was in the system, has sort of dried out as it fell to the bottom, or we harvested or something like that, and it happens in this system. I have to say it's a little bit less consistent than the bag systems, I feel. But look at that, they've worked this back into this. They've broken it open again. Got a little worm there on my glove that didn't want to come off. So they just continue to work at this stuff, and they'll break things back open and open it back up for business so they can chew on whatever's inside there. So if you can get stuff moist, whoops, I just made a mess there. But you can get them back in here. Look at this. Look how many worms are in here. There's a ton of worms in here. They look really healthy. As I said, this system, this does work. If you're looking to do this, I would highly recommend it. Actually, we've got some little tiny millipedes in here too. I don't know if you can see that guy right there. But look at that. You got a little tiny millipede right there. Little baby. So we got some millipedes going along in here too. They're composters. Centipedes are what are bad. They actually they're carnivores. They eat bugs and probably worms too. These are all breaking apart though. Look at that. This is great. There we go. Broke that little chunk apart. So they're doing great in here. You can just see they're all through this cardboard now. They're starting to work on the cardboard. They're looking for food. There's just a ton of worms in here. It's a great sign. I'm really happy to see this. Just move some more of this out of the way. Let's dig a little bit further. Look at this. You can just see the casting difference. You can see that there's some cardboard, but castings, and then there's some coffee grounds on top here that they're working at. But this looks like this is just doing really, really well, this system. I mean, you can see that they're all working through the cardboard, and look at that. Every layer that we peel back, we just get more and more worms in this system. I mean, it's just, they're doing a great job. I'm not seeing any cocoons, although I'm not looking very closely. But I'm not seeing too many cocoons, but I'm wondering also if part of it is because they're running out of food. They probably are like, well, we'll cut back on cocoons. But I think you could see all the worms moving in here when I move stuff around. Let's just push this back to the other side now. You can see the nice cardboard layer still. A little slow at working at this cardboard compared to some of the other, like especially the African night crawlers, I feel are really quick at it. And the Europeans too. This feels like this was something. I don't know what it was. But it looks like they broke it down and now they're just working at the cardboard again. And this is a full system here of, you can see there's another millipede right there. There's another one over there. There's a baby one over there. We've got some springtails. You got lots of action in this system. This is a very, very healthy biological system. And it looks really good, I have to say. I mean, this material looks great. Probably when I add it to my garden or yard, it's going to be a great material to add. Full of nutrients. Great value to the garden. Let's just dig right here just a little bit. Let's go down. So you get down a little bit lower. And you can see there's not as many, there's still actually quite a few worms down here, but you can see this material's a little bit drier. Still plenty of worms. They're still working on it. There's worms all through this system, but it just takes them a long time. It doesn't feel like it works as well, I feel, as the urban worm bag and the verma bag, but it does work if you're looking to save just a little bit of money. I mean, not a whole lot. I mean, this thing is still probably this setup right here. It's probably $40 for this trash can, if you can find one. They've been harder to find in my area as I was looking for a recycle bin. That was really hard. I had to order it on Amazon actually, but you know, this does work. It's just it's a little bit less convenient, I think, but it does work, especially if you can't get the urban worm bag or verma bag systems. So all right, I think that's good though. System looks great. We're going to go ahead and smooth all this over, give the worms a chance to dig in. And what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and add our food. Actually, we might add we'll just add the food. We'll add the food. We won't add any of the cardboard. I was thinking about adding some more cardboard to it before we added the food in. But I think we're just going to go ahead and add the food. So I've got my container right here, our first container. Make sure that's kind of broken up a little bit. I've had it sitting out for a little bit, so it's not probably as frozen. Holding that by the wrong side. There we go. Still pretty frozen. It's been sitting out for about 30 to 40 minutes, but it really didn't thaw out a whole lot. So right in here, we've got apple, we've got some clementine peels, we've got banana peels, our normal banana peels. These are pears right there. We've got an avocado seed, avocado peel. Let's just break that down a little bit. That's one thing I've been trying to get better about with these avocados is just breaking down the shells a little bit. Oh man. All right, that one's a little bit. Let's see if we grab this one, another avocado sheet. Yep, just like that. That's what I'm just trying to do, is just break it apart just a little bit. Just that way they're not quite massive pieces. There we go. We've got some carrot. We've got coffee grounds, a little bit of asparagus in here. And we've got this really, really rotten clementine that somehow made it through the system into our house. We usually are pretty good about eating fruits, but lately I have to say it just seems like we get one or two rotten ones every time we get something. All right, next container. This one's a lot heavier. Just got to slam it on the table there just for a second, loosen everything up. Just make sure I get everything out of here. There we go. All right, this one's a lot more firm. This one is on the bottom, so it's probably a little bit more insulated. But in here we've got more banana peels. We've got some coffee or tea. We've got coffee grounds, but we got some tea grounds, a tea bag in here with the label. And these have broken down in the past. So we'll try to see if this works for these puka. These are the ones that my wife really likes. It's I think an herbal one. It's chamomile, vanilla, and honey. So we got some banana peels, more of my tea grounds, which are green tea. I think we got some coffee grounds. Should we open this up just a little bit? All right. Got mango peels. We got a mango seed in here. These things take a while to break down, these mango seeds. But we've got a couple of those in here. I know we went through a spell where I think we went through about 20 mangoes in about 3 weeks. More coffee grounds. More banana peels, of course. More mango peels. As I said, we went through lots of mangoes at one point. Oh, this is really a chunk right here. All right. Got some mangoes, coffee grounds. Let's see if we can rip open this bag a little bit. There we go. Just trying to break this up just a little bit. All right, and this last thing I think is a mixture of coffee and tea grounds, as you can tell. It's just a big frozen section. So, all right, I think that's good like that. Lots of food in here. Lots of tea and coffee, it looks like, in this mix, which is fine. But now it's time to add our crushed crab and eggshell. By the way, I just want to remind everyone, when you're doing this, you should be wearing masks, and you should be wearing some high-quality N95 masks or something. I mean, like, this is what I'm wearing. These 3M masks. These are new ones now. I was wearing an I think 100 masks before. See on here? No, they were N95. The other ones are N95 as well. I thought I had some N100 ones at one point. I think I threw those out. But anyhow, make sure you are wearing masks when working with any type of rock dust or stuff like this. This stuff is really bad for your lungs. You should make sure you've got a really good fitting mask. I've heard some people say I should really be also even wearing eye protection, which I've never done, but I could see that being key. But we're going to go ahead and add quite a bit of there. Close that off. This was a little bit heavier, it looks like. There isn't really as much dust this time coming up into the air. So now what we're going to do is we are going to go ahead and add our cardboard. So this is already pre-soaked. It's been soaking for about 30-40 minutes. Got a little bit of water coming out of here. Let's just see here. It's sort of stuck in here. Oop. That's the container popping. There we go. Scrape out this container. And by the way, the water that I use for this does have the dunks in it. And I do recommend adding that to your water. It's considered organic. So, and it will help control any fungus gnats. It's not really supposed to help with fruit flies, and I still get fruit flies in my basement, and even this container at one point had fruit flies. That you really need traps for, and you just got to kind of bury your food a little deeper. But for fungus gnats, those things can be pretty nasty and really hard to get rid of. And I have found that the dunks work really well on fungus gnats. So there we go. All right, that looks pretty good. I think everything's covered in here. And this is ready to get closed up and be put back. So I'm going to go ahead and take off my glove here. We're going to put our top back on. Now this is starting to, if I zoom out here a little bit, oops, wrong way. You can see that this is not quite covering like it used to anymore. I think it's being squeezed more and more as I extend it through between the two tables I've got over here. But we're going to go ahead and put our label on there. And that's it. This is ready to go back in the corner and sit for another, 14 to 30 days. So with that, we're going to call this a successful bin. It looks really good, this trash can system. And if you're looking for something cheap to start with a larger system, this might be the way to go. So with that, thank you for watching. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below.